Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of City Skylines Tuesday. I'm Scott with the Get Dangerous crew, and in this episode we decide to start anew with new Ravenglass. Hopefully, rising from the ashes, we'll be able to find a budget that works for us, and we'll be able to be sustainable instead of plunging down into the red. Thank you so much for tuning in each and every week. I really appreciate it. If you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get dangerous. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of City Skylines Tuesday. This is Scott with the Get Dangerous crew. And because our last game with Ravenglass went not so great, we're gonna try again. Whoa. We're gonna say new Ravenglass. That's what we need, right? We're going to keep on the natural disasters, and we'll continue the tutorials because somehow I still haven't gone through them all. But we're gonna get right back into this map, and I'm committed to having a positive budget. So I think what I'm going to do is start by let's do what we were supposed to do in the beginning, right? Let's really look at this map. Right, this is all the area. So this is the ocean out here. So our building space is really limited to this, which is not bad. And then I think obviously we can move in this area as well. So what I want to do is kind of plan out. Oh, so my guess is we can expand eventually to out here. So we kind of start at the bottom of our map, let's say. And then we'll be able to expand out. So here's what we've got in the way of natural resources. We've got some fertile land here, right? This can be grain or livestock or whatever. We can do that here. And we got a little bit more over here. We've got all this forestry here, which I think can be a good way to make money by doing this stuff. We have all this coastline. We got more fertile land here, more fertile land here. So that's pretty much our big stuff is fertile land. And then way over here, we've got ore. So like if we were running coal or something as a power source, it would be cheaper if we could mine our own ore, but that's probably not going to be an option for a while. And then I believe that this is oil, right? That's what these are. Yeah, so this is oil. So eventually we can get out and get some oil going. So that's that. So what I did last time was I kind of built straight down to here, and I tried to gobble up as much land as I could to get over into this forestry area. Considering that this elevation is really flat right in here, like if you look at that, that's just, it's nice and flat. But we also have the issue where, this is going to be grain, so it's included in our initial. We can get down and start doing this. I think what I may do is continue this where I did before, where I have the line here and have this kind of be a little more industrial stuff. What I may do is do kind of commercial here and do industrial down in here. Because as much as I like having my landfill and stuff on this, I think I kind of want this to be like a cool higher end area. I don't know if that's worth it. But again, we've got all this coastline that can be nice, high property values. And as things shift, I'll probably focus more industry here. The wind we know goes across here. I forget how to show the wind. Oh, there's ground pollution, or air pollution, right? So we can see that the wind is going diagonally, and unfortunately it's not enough wind in this area, at least, because it's so flat to use wind turbines. So that's an issue. But yeah, so that's kind of my plan right now. I think I'm gonna take power off of the line here, not instead of throwing my own thing down, just do a transformer and get that going. I do like this for residential and commercial. We'll see. We'll see if I can figure out how to make this better. So first off, I think though, what I want to do is kind of plan out my actual road network. And I think that will help really inform how we're going to build out. So for the sake of time, I think what I'll do is kind of build out this road network, and then we'll start playing real time after that. So just bear with me. So one of the things I like is this feature that I did not notice before, but it's a cul-de-sac feature. And so you can have these now. It's something I've always wanted. I grew up on a cul-de-sac, and I just think it's really cool that you can have these in here. There's a lot in my neighborhood at home, and I just kind of love them. So I think what I may do is do a couple of these cul-de-sacs that just give kind of a little bit more flavor and flair to the way that the street is laid out. Alright, I think that's a pretty good grid to start out with for now. We've got a couple of different kind of cul-de-sac areas. We'll put in, you know, like I said, some of our industrial and stuff along here. And now let's go figure out electricity and water, things that we really, really need. I'm gonna put, let me see, I'll put this here. And we can eliminate this one. So we've got our transformer station coming in off here. It generates a small amount of noise pollution, but that's really it. And then next we've got to figure out our water. So I think because the way that the water is going kind of out this way, I'll throw the sewage outlet there. And I'll want to do, let's do like a little gravel road that kind of comes along. Do that and then have it switch over to gravel. So we'll have that as like our little service road out to there. I think that water is carried along gravel roads. Yeah. And then we need our water pumping station, which I think we can put. Can we put that here? That would be really nice if we could put it here. Water is too low. Let's do that there. I like that. Then we have like a maintenance road that goes off to here. So I like that. Okay, so we've got water and and sewage. We've got power coming in. We're gonna have to pay for our power, but I think that's fine. And I think we're in a pretty good spot to get this really going. So now let's start. Need to start putting in places for people to live. So I think on either side of this we'll do our commercial, because that's our kind of standard thing, to have it off of this main drag. But then I want to put people in these areas. So this will all be low density, right? All of these over here. And I figured this will start making that higher value. This can be low density too, and then as we get to the center, we can do a little medium density once we unlock that. And then what I want to have is, you know, eventually we'll get that like movie star house or something like that. And I want to make sure that we have kind of a cool place for that. So that might be like out in this area here. We can kind of build that out. So anyway, let's start with just having some basic housing in. And I'm going to try and keep it so that it's not on this evergreen street. Maybe I need to make this a bigger street. I think I'll make this a bigger street. Let's does that work? Maybe I should put a roundabout here. Oh, I don't have roundabouts yet, do I? I have a small roundabout. I'll do that. Okay. I like how you can do all these with a tree and all that. That's just fun. Let's do a mosaic. Let's do a roundabout with a tree. Okay. So we've got that. This should help with the initial flow a little bit as folks go up here. I don't know. Should I make... Am I making this now worse? Okay. I'm going to have to... I'm just gonna put it here, and then I'll run the line over to there. Can I curve this line? Can you curve lines? Who knew? Okay. Do that. We'll fix this road. Okay, so we have nice, robust coming off. Power and water all here. Going up to here. We can build a little industrial kind of in this section here. That's a gravel road. We'll do this. We're gonna cheat. And do that so we can have some industrial coming off of there. Yeah, that works. All right, so we got some housing in, and then I don't want them to build off of this road here. This is like, I don't know, we'll call this an avenue. And then we'll do, yeah, well, let's just get started and let the demand trickle in. And we'll see. Do a little commercial. Here, what's nice is that they'll only be on this. And then we'll just do a little peek of some industrial over here. What's funny to me is in every game I've played, I've never had a lot of commercial need. And I don't know why. I don't know if that's something that comes more later, or if my population has always been poor or something. And so industrial is more their drive versus commercial, because you need to have more money to go shopping. I have no idea, but that's kind of been the way it's gone every time I set up a new city. But you know, what's nice is I can come through and I will kind of landscape this a little bit. So we're in a nice area, a little temperate area. I like these London plains. I like oak too. Northern hemisphere. Well, I'm in a southern hemisphere. I want palm trees. Northern hemisphere. Why am I getting all these northern hemisphere things? Well, I suppose it doesn't matter so much. But I do like these. We'll just have these kind of as young trees. This is a brand new young tree area. We'll just have these kind of sprinkled throughout. And then I'll do some... I wish there was a way to just do like miscellaneous trees, because that would be really fun to just have it like kind of alternate through all the different major tree types for your area. So we'll put these in just kind of so as we build, we have more vegetation and all that. So these are all baby trees. They'll grow over time. So we'll put that in. All right. Commercial's so huge. This is so funny to me. Well, we'll put in another little bit here. And you know, folks will move in, get those going. Our population is growing pretty well, but it's still low. Well, really what we're hoping just is to get to this next level here so that we have unlocked a few more things. I think what I'll do is do some of these waterfront. Which I finally figured out how to build these, really. These waterfront homes. Well, I'll say this. I figured out a little bit more about how they work. And really, I think what it does is it just allows you to put part of the house in a tile that is underwater. So that makes a little bit more sense now than what it was originally. Oh, hey, we're starting to get people moving in. Okay. We got our first business, which is something and all. All right, and we have hit that milestone number 1, tiny village. So what I want to do under the development, I want to get advanced road services, because that gives us roadside decorations, and that's just one that I really like. So this unlocks more roundabouts and all that stuff, but I want to deal with the roadside decorations.
You're
and all
back
that.
with Second Moon Radio, your second
And we've now unlocked the higher density housing. So I'm going to put in, I think along here, I'll do a little bit of that row housing.
Art and culture. Crébon, as they say. And an aria inspired by the infamous...
And the trick that we do, that I learned from, I think, watching Target, is to not build them to the edge, to force them to do it, and then to do this, because they won't build on this street.
Costly, Mr. Councilman?
Oh, well, quite frankly,
they'll
yes.
build
It
this
is an additional
horizontally.
expense, but the residents
But I
have come
don't
to
like that
expect
this
a
one is
certain
all
level of
small, because
services.
then if I build it
We
here, I
simply
don't want
do
them to
not
build
have the capacity to
along
provide
this
them
way.
within the city.
So I may,
Sounds
there we
like
go.
we're the ones who will end up paying for it. Should we be worried?
So
I
I'll do
expect
that.
the residents would be more distressed
And then
if
I don't know
key
why these
services
aren't
became
building.
unavailable. Their quality of
Interesting.
life is
There's
very important.
clearly a
to them.
demand
But so is their
for
money.
medium density.
We'll be back after
But then
this.
Coleridge Street will have these nice row houses going down. That'll be on the back end of the commercial. So that's kind of nice. And then I need to worry about healthcare. So I think what I'll do is put some healthcare on this hillside street here. It gives them good access to right here. And I might just do a full-on medical clinic. Like, right like that. That'll be the... We'll do... Hillside Clinic. Right, because that's what it would be called. And that's got good access. So we've got this side street that come out here, but then straight to the big artery. That should be nice and good, and we get that in. So folks are starting to come in. That's great to see. We've got all of our roadside decorations and stuff now. So we can have this super important tree-lined area as folks come in. Man, we got a lot of demand for all of these different things. So that's nice. But what I think I want to do is I want to make sure that I don't grow too big too quickly, because I think we've seen how that did not pay off for us before, to have that growth come on so fast. So I'm going to kind of wait a little bit on that, and kind of let stuff settle. So right now, this is where our service upkeeps are just so far beyond, right? Because we're importing our electricity, but our water and sewage is way higher than it needs to be, and our healthcare and deathcare also way higher than it needs to be. So that won't necessarily balance our budget, but it helps keep in the right direction. Like, we've got a lot of capability for stuff here, but we don't necessarily need to shove it all in at once. So I'm gonna do a path behind here. To these, and then I'll do one that cuts through. I found that giving walking options makes a big difference, and also helps me parcel the space a little bit. So that's nice. There we go. That last 3 businesses helped pull it all down. So that's great to see. Okay, and the last of our row houses still. I wonder if there's something here that's not, like, letting it attach. That's really interesting. Maybe they just don't want to live here? That's really interesting to see. That these are not connecting to the road here. I wonder what's going on. Well, it's okay if we only have them on this side. It's not ideal, but it's okay. Oh, there we go. So they want to be They want to come off of this. All right, well, that's fine. Another set of row houses to stare at each other. And then over here, I'll build out that low residential. And I don't want to build any off of Garland Street. So we'll do some off of Hamilton. I don't want any off of Magnolia. Let me take these off. This will be our next streets to add on. But we'll leave Garland Street. I'm appalled at the healthcare in this city. You know, everybody's always appalled at the healthcare. It happens. All right. We'll do a little bit of industrial. This Garland Street got the good action. All right. This spot here is like a mystery spot. We'll do a little bit more going across there. Perfect. Okay, that should kind of put us in a good spot, right? We're growing. We've got our, it's more like central here. So we've got commercial properties. We've got our clinic, and we've got the higher density, we'll say medium density, going in here with the row houses. And then here's kind of where we go into our neighborhoods. I like this. So then people coming off of Evergreen will turn and go here. They'll turn to Garland. I don't like that this is all Garland, though. I think what I'll do is I'll put in, maybe I can do some advanced road services. We got lights here. I'll put stops in there. I'll do a stop here. Yeah, I think that's good. I'll do stops here. Okay. I do like that you can do things like a wide sidewalk. I think that's really nice. But what I want to figure out is how to like break this road. Because I don't want this to all be one road. That's kind of confusing. The road, Garland should not intersect Garland. So how do I break that? Like if I delete this, it will create it as a separate road. But then they will like, these people will not be able to live here. That's not a thing I figured out yet. How to make a new road. Maybe if I make an intersection off of here. There you go. Amity Street. There we go. That's better. Garland. Oh, now Garland is this one. And this became Amity. Okay. Why not? I'll take it. That medium density is really popping in. We're going to let that sit for a little bit. Now, the thing I'm going to do is adjust the tax up just by one. It's just a little trickle. But I want to make sure we're getting into that good spot. And then the next big things that I need to build are cemetery and waste management. So that's what I got to figure out, is where I'm going to do the waste management, because down here we have that whole industry, right? We have forestry starting down here. We've got the grain. All this. So I could actually put that. I wonder if I could do 2 of them. So if I do this here, that kind of gets like half of it. Really, like, so much of it is lost to the water. I can do this here. Yeah. I still have not figured out yet if this counts as industry. Like, it obviously should. It should count as industry, but I have not yet really seen evidence of that as being a thing. So what I may want to do is have a road come up through here. Actually, that might be... And then I can have another one on this side to capture the remaining bit. Yeah, let's do that. Is that enough? Is that going to be sufficient? That might work, actually. Oh, cool. Okay. Then I can have this come through and go across, and we can figure out what we want to do with that side. So then on the other side here, I'll do... what did I actually do here? Meaty bit. Oh, I did livestock on this side.
Your second musical home from home. So
I'll
settle back
do
in your chair, pour yourself a glass, and prepare for another hour.
Vegetable on this side.
Tonight we are doing a musical tour of Italia. Land of art and culture. Que bon, as they say. And an aria inspired by the infamous Vivaldi shall be our guide.
A housing shortage is driving up prices in the area.
That's right, Glenda. But apparently that's not all good news. We're joined today by an expert guest, Professor Nutbutter.
Okay, so I've got some livestock and I've got some grain. No, what did I do? Vegetables. Vegetables and livestock. So, those are going to be good employers. I think it counts as industry. Can't really tell you for sure. But now we are going to have to figure out because we got a dead body.
One final question, Professor. Is the housing shortage going to make me richer?
Let's...
By certain metrics,
cemeteries are just so...
in the short term.
so
I
big.
like the sound of that.
But what we are discussing
But let's
is the study
do
of
cemetery.
statistical abstraction and its effect
We'll
on
do it
human
here.
Thank you, Professor.
No, I think we'll do it here. Maybe... where would you want your cemetery to be? Really, I think what I would like is the cemetery to be like slightly off and have its own little road onto it, but I think this works. And I can still put some housing and decoration in along Amity Street. So at least we have a cemetery now, which I did not realize I still had the livestock place selected. And I thought that the cemetery was called Meaty Bits, which that's horrible. Like having the Roadkill Cafe. You kill them, we grill them. So yeah, that was a little, that made me chuckle. All right. So then let's do some more. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Sorry, guys. I know these will bulldoze themselves, but this does it faster. Okay. We'll do that. Get those in. And, that's nice. We could have a path going out along here as well. So there's that. What happened to you? Okay. This squasher downer achievement makes me worried. Like, why is it squashing down? And we'll do another little run, I think, of these row houses here. Make sure I had the correct one selected. It doesn't want to connect to Amity Street. Do you see that? Like, these did, no problem. Wonder if I can redo this street. Or like... Where's with the... Man, it takes away parking. I wonder if that has an actual effect on the game. Because if I build here... Yeah, it wants to build off of Hillside. Well, then let's do... No, I don't like that. I see here where it's separated and I want to go off of Magnolia. Interesting. And then these won't connect here. They want to go off of Garland. Okay. That's just what we'll do then. No, I don't want you guys going off of this. Being so picky about how these houses go in is kind of annoying. Wow. Yeah, there must... I bet it's subtle changes in the elevation that make them more or less interested in building... Like this, you can see, it's much more obvious that they don't want to build going this way. That these will. Right? And these will. Maybe not. Interesting. Okay. So this is all kind of looking good. Let's check our finances. So when we bump up to the next one, we're gonna get another boost of money, but I don't want to rely on those. So our monthly balance is only going down to 30,000 a month. So we're getting close. As our city grows, we're gonna pull more on that Financial. Okay, our housing is balanced out. So let's do a little more industrial. And kind of get that part going. I am still gonna have to figure out trash. Grr. Did I say how much I love this line though? It's just a cool thing. I am apparently very easily amused. By having to be able to put all my bushes in a row. I just appreciate it. It's such a thoughtful little thing that they did. There's my lindens. It's just nice. Alright. More residential buildings. I mean, they're really after these residential buildings. People really want to live here. So that part's nice. But we are going to have to figure out the trash situation. So where should I put the trash? Because I don't know. I don't want to say obvious thing, but would be to put it where the air's blowing, right? So it's downwind. Because if you put trash and then as someone who lives downwind, sometimes when the wind shifts from trash, it's horrible. You get days that you just don't really feel like you want to be outside because it smells. And it's not actually the trash, it's when they're turning over the compost. So that's the frustrating part. You want them to be doing composting and all that, but it just gets a little stinky sometimes. I don't want to make Trash Island. But I think if I put it here, well, first I have no landfill space. I'm gonna end up with Trash Island, aren't I? Unless I put it like down here, and then it's flowing away. I could do that. Why don't I do that? I'll have a road run across. To here. And then I'll put something here that'll flow that way. And then I can kind of insulate it a little bit. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, this will be our... I clicked the thing that looks most like a trash truck, I guess. I'll put this out here. And we'll make just a little landfill for now. We don't need much. How's that 90? Just gonna have to be 87 degrees. I don't like it, but so there's our trash. Costs us a lot of money, but hopefully it makes people happy. And it is a necessary thing. I go out to our dump, you know, all the time. I'm cleaning out the garage and all that, so I get it. Put a little bit more here. Industry is all different kinds of things, right? So it's not necessarily. I lost my cursor. It's not necessarily, you know, big heavy metal factories and all that stuff. Yay, progression panel. All right, we are now a small village. Got a little bit more money. Development tree. So is gas better? Moderate pollution. Geothermal is like the best. But I gotta do battery station. I mean, solar I think is the best. Maybe nuclear is the best. Expensive, well-educated workers. I do like geothermal, but you have to have water and everything for it to work.
How delightful. Another letter from our erstwhile listeners. What's
Crematorium.
up, honey? Me and my sister love you. Oh, that's
and
nice.
Water treatment.
Y'all
do
got
like
clarinets
water
and
treatment
violins, but you got
versus
something
dumping it.
most
We'll do
music
that.
these days ain't. Let me guess. Lineage traced
Well,
back
let's
to the
do power
great
because I
Hayden
do want
himself?
to.
Let's see here. Y'all got soul. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get a battery
soul.
station, so that'll be
A
good. And
raison
then we'll look towards
d'etre?
geothermal. I think.
My sisters say whoever you got
hydro's
playing
good
the
too.
keys got more funk.
I don't. I wonder if we have a large enough water flow, but we
I
do
told
have
her
water
that ain't
flow
funk.
around
That's
this
classical.
area, so
Yes,
that's good.
indeed.
Um,
That must be
I forgot to turn off the
most
radio and the
exacerbated.
music, so you guys
Classical
are
music has
getting
been
that this
known
time
since the
around
time
instead of
the
the normal
early
music that I play.
explorers. Funk, by contrast, is an entirely
But we'll
modern
fix that in our
conceit,
next
and
video.
you'll find none of that here.
All
Funk,
right,
as
I
they
think we're in a
say,
good spot. We're not
is for the
quite
laborers.
financially
Now, let's hear another one of
stable.
those soulful
but we can definitely
The
tone
leader
down the
of the City
garbage
Services
management
Division is
cost.
with us in the studio today to talk about
So,
why they're contracting
the hope
with outside
is
agencies to
some
provide vital
grain. Maybe I need to
services for our
flip
residents.
one of these
Isn't that
around
going
to
to
be
be costly,
grain
Mr. Councilman?
to limit
well,
our
quite
importing.
frankly, yes. It is an additional expense.
Can I do that?
but
Can I just,
residents have
like,
come to expect a certain level of service?
select
and
this
we simply
and
do
change
not
it?
have the capacity to provide them within the city.
Sounds like we're the ones who will end up paying for it. Should we be worried?
I expect the residents would be more distressed
Can I
if
do-
key services became unavailable. Their quality of life is very
Oh, I could
important
do
to
that here.
But so is their money.
Oh, I
We'll
like
be
that
back
idea.
after this.
Let's have a.
A housing shortage is
Someone's gonna
driving
have
up
to tell me.
prices in the
Someone's
area.
gonna have to come in
That's
and
right,
tell
Glenda.
me
But
that.
apparently that's not all good news.
Okay, we're gonna stop that. Someone's gonna have to come in and tell me that that you just like significantly harm your business by having small areas, and that like one larger area is infinitely better than several small areas. Right? That's because this one's now gonna have fewer employees. But I do want grain. I don't want to be paying. I don't want to pay for grain if I don't have to. If I can do like a little road between them. No, I don't think I can. I don't know if it's worth it, we'll say. Okay. We've got meaty bits, we've got pelican biofuel, we've got almost meat. And we'll see now. So our production will have extra here. So hopefully that'll keep us in a good bit. And we can do is tax our we can do taxes just up a little bit. And that'll help. All right. the trick is to just get to financially stable. And then things kind of unlock, and once you get that runaway success there with the financials, then it's just so much easier to do stuff. All right, we've got our diverse fertile land industries going here. We'll work on some forestry, I think next time, maybe buy a tile and expand into forestry. We've got a nice little area going. We can put in some more housing. We can, you know, kind of expand this out, but I think we're in a pretty good spot. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I really appreciate it, each and every one of you who comes to watch as we get new Ravenglass underway. Thank you so much. Take care.